Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 of our video series where we upgrade the Nissan Note E11 with the latest tech in the market. The 2011 Nissan Note E11 does not come pre-installed with steering wheel media controls. I embarked on a mission to add one, and after shopping around on AliExpress they were able to arrive in 2 weeks. In this video, I'll show you how I added a set of 5 key steering wheel control modules. The set comes in 2s, making a total of 10 usable keys. In the box we have a user's manual, 2 wireless controllers which act as transmitters, and 1 wireless receiver. The kit also comes with 2 pieces of double-sided tape, which I wasn't interested in since I was going for a clean OEM look. The first order of business was to remove the steering wheel airbag. Before proceeding, ensure that the battery terminals have been disconnected. To remove the steering wheel, you will need a Torx head screwdriver. For the airbag, you have to locate and remove the 2 screws at the back of the steering wheel. They are covered with a small plastic cover. After removing the covers, you should be able to access the Torx screws inside. One is on the left and one is on the right side. After removal, the airbag should be able to pop right off from the steering wheel. The next step is to remove the electrical connector from the airbag module. You do this by lifting the black safety latch and then lifting the terminal from the airbag module. Next, we remove the steering wheel nut using a wrench. For the Nissan Note, you'll need a 19mm wrench. Once the bolt has been removed, there are important aspects that you need to take into consideration before lifting off the steering wheel. You need to mark the steering wheel's position in relation to the position of the steering wheel column. This crucial step will assist in returning the steering wheel in the exact position it was before this job. As you can see, my original positioning had been altered during previous maintenance. This made it necessary to make another marking. Next, I removed the 2 Torx screws and removed the metallic part. After that, I had to pull back these clips to be able to remove the aluminium part. Next, I used a Phillips head screwdriver to free the plastic parts from the main steering wheel. These were our main targets because this is where we are going to mount the steering wheel controls. Next, we use vernier calipers to get the exact measurements of the steering wheel buttons. The next step is to drill a hole on the steering wheel that is large enough to accommodate the steering wheel control. The best tool to have been used here would have been a hole saw, but since I did not have one at hand, I made use of my stepped drill bit. It has markings and calibrations that allow you to drill holes the exact dimensions you need. I first made a pilot hole using a regular drill bit. This marked the point of no return. I then used ink to mark this and then map it on the other side of the steering wheel part. This was to try and ensure that both sides were identical and as close to OEM as possible. Next, I marked the pilot hole on the other part. It was now time to bring in the stepper drill bit and go all in. As you can see here, the hole turned out perfectly round. It fitted the module quite well. In order to accommodate the rubber grommet, I had to compensate by adding an extra 2mm. The rubber grommet is an important addition because it prevents the module from rotating about in the hole, and it also offers a pocket which allows you to easily remove the module when you want to replace the batteries. These modules use 2032 or 2025 lithium baton cells, which last quite a long time but have to be replaced from time to time. This was the final result. Now all that was remaining was to reinstall it back on the steering wheel and test it out. I did not record the steering reassembly process because it was the reverse of the disassembly process. The next step was to install the receiver module on the Android head unit. The connection requires 3 wires. First one is the key 1 analog input wire. Second is the black ground wire, and third is the 12-volt red wire. Here is a wiring diagram of the setup. This is how it turned out after the whole process of installation. I was quite pleased with the results. Finally, we mapped the keys to the Android head unit through the main menu. This step was relatively easy, so I skipped the recording. Here is a short demo of how the setup works. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and watch out for the next episode.